Days get longer, huh?
Yeah, it's about time.
Today's the shortest day of the year, and tomorrow's the shortest day.
Yeah, at least it didn't rain.
Oh, lousy week.
So those are covered in this.
Oh, generate full blown.
Yeah. And we plug that into the number there.
Be lucky it's not the elephant races. Now that's where they gets noisy.
These dates are okay.
I guess nobody said they want to take the 3rd off, so. Oh, look at this.
Brenda, the darker highlighting is changes
That was-
subsequent to last meeting?
No, wherever there's a pointy finger is what I have added.
Okay.
And if it replaced something, I struck through what it replaced. So when you see the pointy finger,
Yep,
that,
yep.
what the darker is what was in the very, very first draft. That would have been blue on them.
Right.
Did you check that diagram? To make sure that's.
Make sure it's not what? Pointing at you? Pointing up? No, I didn't.
We're not used to that logo icon.
Well, I wanted to make something really distinct. And then
And that came from a computer?
it's called Wingdings.
Do wonders never cease? I'm just
I
amazed.
can point that finger in any direction.
Really? Well, just that.
Oh, yeah, I only have a
I'll bet there's an icon for the middle. If not, there should be.
What is signified by the light shading versus the dark shading?
The lighter shading came out in the second draft. So the very dark was originally the blue.
But still, this
Okay.
dark and light.
We've left everything intact from day one, just so you can see the progression.
Yep.
Her changes are just whatever was
Okay.
lined out or whatever is new
Yeah.
with the finger.
That's the finger.
Which sounds like a violin or a guitar.
We were back in, what was this, the flying fickle finger?
A fate,
Finger?
yeah.
That was back in
Laugh
like the
it.
80s, you don't remember that.
That was the 70s, that was
Was it the
Laugh It, wasn't it?
70s?
Yeah, because Nixon went on Laugh It. He was back in the
Yes, he did.
70s.
Was that the 70s?
Yeah. Was he the,
3 is when the drought was.
was he the governor of California at the time?
Maybe it was late 60s then.
71, you're right, is when he was gone.
73 was the
So
drought.
it was the 60s. You're here to see, I remember the 60s.
You worked there?
See, I can't remember the 60s.
Well, we're not going to get into that.
Okay.
I can remember the 50s. Tom
I can
here
too.
lived through the 30s.
Went to high school with FDR. Good man.
Okay, is there a motion out there?
I move we accept the minutes as written.
Is there a second? Any changes, corrections, comments? All those in favor, aye? All those opposed, nay? Okay, they're done. Super, passed. Today's the 20th. Into the world -1. All right. Now, did y'all get a chance to check out New Durham Operation and Maintenance? You got another copy right now. If we wanted, there's a couple of things we could plug in. Take a look at page 21 of 30, which is the first part of it. it's like the first sentence, it just says in all stormwater, it's kind of hard to read this stupid New Durham line. Stormwater management system shall have an operation and maintenance plan to ensure the system functions as designed. Now, I was trying to find it in our proposed ordinance where we said that, and I wasn't sure that I could find it, but I'm sure that we had something that's very similar to that sentence. But, oh, maybe this is it. No, that's,
I guess it starts to talk about it at the top of page 8, I think. I mean, 8, yeah. Oh,
It's at the top of 6.
Yeah.
The plan shall include provisions for.
yeah. Right.
plan shall-
I'll be damned, I even had this thinking thing orange, and that's what I was pointing at too. What an idiot. All right, the plan shall include revisions for continued maintenance as specified in the, well, all right, then fine, but then we,
Check.
yeah, so that, we don't have to worry about. We've got that in there already, that we require that there is a management plan in there. All right, then.
Well, wait a minute, but that doesn't really say a plan, it just says provisions for continued maintenance.
All right, do we want to, maybe we should change that to say, the plan shall, let's see, the plan shall include a maintenance plan. Or if we just cross that out and just go with the first sentence here from New Durham. All stormwater management systems shall have an operations and maintenance plan to ensure that the system's function is designed.
Yeah, I think that.
Does that make sense? So let's cross out what we've got here in the dark green, the plan shall blah blah, and go with the first sentence from New Durham.
And you don't want to reference the,
No, well, no, because if you've got all stormwater management systems shall have an operation and maintenance plan. Yeah, the system is going to be whatever has been designed from this, the manual, I suppose, or whatever they end up using.
The first sentence in A kind of mandates that.
Yeah.
oh,
All right, good. So that's covered. Then, the only thing I think we really have to worry about is some kind of enforcement. Or, and if you turn to the next page, page 22 of 30, under C and then D, you've got operation and maintenance plan contents, and then you've got failure to implement. Now, I don't know if we want to get into the first, or number one that says stormwater management systems owners are either a homeowner if it's a single home or a developer or the homeowners association. Or do you want to allude to who the owner of the plan is?
It's just kind of housekeeping.
All right. Well, then, number one looks good the way it is. If we throw it in, all we gotta do is find a spot to throw it. Hey, Arthur,
We got to plug all this.
well, that's something else I was looking at. And it might have to be, well, I don't know.
Maybe just
performance guarantees, you mean?
Yeah.
I suppose that might be our best spot. Because it's in Article 6, which is administration. And these performance guarantees, yeah, because if you look down at D, performance guarantees in the front, blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know if we may need a separate article for it.
Almost like it fits into better in the definitions.
Well, that one would. You know, where we're saying, you know, who the owner of it is, but the rest of it,
Oh, right,
it just tells you what's, you know, I don't know that we really need the rest of it. What we really want, well, yeah, if we're gonna deal with maintenance. Yeah, because if you look at, skip 2, because that's, we're not gonna worry about that, SW triple P. But 3 through 7, you've got, you know, these are what you need in your operation and maintenance plan. A schedule, a checklist for each inspection. Well, you can read them. 5, 6, and 7.
Could it be plugged in on page 6 of our ordinance proposed, with A at the top of the page, where Brenda has highlighted there, the plan shall include provisions for continued maintenance as specified in the LID manual. Pull that out and insert some of this language. Because the,
Well, that's where you-
I thought we just pulled that out.
Yeah, that's where you-
That's where we put that sentence, yeah.
yeah, so maybe just
Continue.
continue on with that,
yeah, because this is really the only area where, in which we are dealing with that O&M plan.
Well, I guess we could. Either that or put it at the end, put it as a number 7 on page 7, right before Article 6. You know, it would be 5.257, and then go into whatever the operation and maintenance plan needs, and then failure to implement. I think it might be better as a standalone thing, but it's just me.
Yeah, A would get to be kind of wordy.
right?
Pardon me?
A would get to be kind of wordy.
Yeah, it would. And see, we've already taken out the note that says blah, blah, frickin' blah, blah. So we got a nice space there.
So we entitle that operation and maintenance plan contents?
We could do that, or we could just say operation and maintenance plans, because then we've also got the failure to implement next. But if you want to do just the contents, we could put it right there. And we could have number 1, I would say skip 2, add 3, add 4, 5 maybe. 6 might not be a bad idea either, and 7.
Yeah.
Because 7 nails down who is going to take responsibility for it. So the homeowner at some point,
Got it for now.
yes, but at least it's out there.
Which is the best you can do.
That's the best we can do now, yeah.
Would you want to use, have the language under D as numeral 8?
Probably.
Seems to be, that's the part that Kenny's got to make sure he's.
Right. And all we gotta do is take out the adjourn. The designated official. it's only gonna be the CEO that's ever gonna check these out, right? So when the CEO finds that the responsible party has failed to maintain the O&M plan, I don't care, he or she, they should notify the responsible party of the requirements to maintain the plan. If 3 weeks notification failed to generate a response to the CEO, forget the health officer. On behalf of the town, I would even say on behalf of the town, forget that. Well, maybe. The CEO, on behalf of the town, is authorized to assume responsibility for the maintenance. Now, do we want to do that? Because it does say that we can try and get the money back, but is this what we want to do? Do we want to take over the maintenance if the owner won't?
Let's just go ahead with it, and if Kenny wants to turn it upside down or something, we'll do it at a later date.
All right.
Let's just put something down to it.
If you leave it designated official, if you leave it as designated official, then if for some reason things change, it's not the code enforcement officer or the health officer that it falls to, they can't do it because they're not named in here. But if you just leave it as designated official, you don't have to say the code enforcement officer or the health officer. You can just leave it as the designated
Well, I was-
official. It could be a selectman, it could be the chairman of the planning board, it could be.
Yeah, but we'd want somebody, well, actually, the first part of it, when the designated official of the town finds that the responsible party has failed to maintain. So that could be anybody. Somebody going over a computer list, finding that, you know, 2745 H Road hasn't turned in the form saying that they had the maintenance done on their system, and I'm just sitting, I'm the secretary, and I'm just clicking this off, and I go, hey, this isn't right, so I could be a designated official, and I would have to be the CEO that found this. So, I don't care. If you want to do that.
Does this mean change in job description or anything?
For who?
Code enforcement officer.
I don't see why. I mean, this is what he does, this is this is something that, this is code.
Matter of course.
Yeah, if it's in the zoning book, it's code now. Will be. And, so yeah, no, it's right up his alley. And I wouldn't know that anybody else other than the CEO would, other than somebody picking it up on a computer, anyone who's gonna check it out is gonna be the CEO. He has the expertise, we don't necessarily, or whoever's on the planning board in 50 years. In the road tomorrow, what's the point?
Tell them to stop doing it.
Do we have consensus that C would be 7 then, and D would be 8?
8, yeah.
I move to
You want to just leave them the way they are and just
the,
take out number 2 and C though, and then just delete any reference to New Durham?
Kenny to sit down with in public hearing, we have ample time to.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Let's just
But this way we can kind of put this to
get
bed.
something on paper, yeah.
All right, you got that? You know what we want to do?
I do.
We all happy with that?
Everybody else?
Super. You're all voting tonight, you're all happy, you're great. So, could you possibly, between now and sometime in the future, do up a new copy with all our
Yes.
corrections?
And we're leaving in everything else that's in there, this progression, the blue, the yellow, the
Yeah.
yellow, what we're
Now you
doing.
can find that other finger.
Well, should
Yeah.
the first draft was the blue, the second draft was yellow, should I make like the third draft? and just
Well, it
like
does.
pink?
We don't see it, so it doesn't make any difference to us. Is it colored somewhere?
Yes. In fact, what
Why
I
don't
want
we
to.
get-
Bob's got a fancy one.
Because we
Well, that's
only
just
got one
me.
color printer.
Yellow with
That's just me doing that.
Yeah, it's pretty fancy though.
But I can get it, I
that
get it.
copy someplace of
will live.
See, that's the one that comes
Maybe
through,
you
but it
can-
was the wrong version. I
Just a
just
quick
don't,
one, are we
I
gonna
never
leave
got
title,
around to doing this one.
paragraph number 7 and 8, something? We, at the very least, we ought to spell out operations and maintenance.
Oh,
Yes,
fine.
I will do that.
Yeah, the only reason it wasn't here is because it already was
Right.
at the beginning of this.
Wouldn't it be nice though to see a copy that is absolutely clean? I mean, I understand why you want to do the progression, but I mean, in addition to that, to have one that's clean.
Just for us to look at.
That we can
That's what
just
I was
read
really
through
thinking
from
about.
the beginning to the end without
This is
trying to
it?
figure
Yeah, you
out.
said you needed
This is
everything in
it.
there.
Oh, only
Yeah,
for
but I
official
mean, without
stuff, for
having
us
all
to
the
work
corrections and
with.
everything else in
Okay.
there.
So when it actually goes to the public, anything that
The
came
public
out
has
of...
to look like this,
Okay,
because,
but anything that came out of the ordinance has a strike through.
yes,
Anything that is added has to be delineated somewhere.
right, but we don't have, we don't need 3 different colors though.
Right.
One for the
Because-
public hearing.
Like, I don't think, like, this note was never in the ordinance, it was just in the first draft. So does the public care about that, that it didn't make it like...
That's not in our ordinance,
Um,
note? Oh, probably not, because this deals with the 20,000 square feet, yeah, that's all that new stuff.
So things that weren't in the ordinance, they were just in the very first plan, and then you...
Yeah, no, that doesn't have to be.
Okay.
The only thing that would be lined out is what is in our existing
What had been
book
approved.
right now.
Okay.
What's in here,
So they can see if something that was originally approved is being overridden.
and everything new gets highlighted.
And that's what you want for the next meeting.
What I would like for the next meeting is an ordinance with just all the new stuff we're doing.
So you want this with all of this rolled in, or you just want this?
I suppose we ought to have what's already there too.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
why don't I give it both to you?
That was,
It was?
It wasn't? Oh my goodness, okay.
Is it at the square foot? Holy shit. All right, I'll be damned. Uh-oh, sorry, cable.
So you want an ordinance copy, a proposed ordinance copy, and then just your draft?
We should
Is
have
that something
some
you'll-
there.
No,
Mayor
I
Warren,
I'm sure some-
guess we don't need the proposed ordinance.
You don't need that.
No,
You just need
because
this cleaned up.
we need this cleaned up, yeah.
Okay.
Because if you look at what we're really putting into the zoning book, it's not all that much. Most of this is stuff that's already in there. So yeah, fine. All right, so you don't have to jump through hoops. So, yes, Tom.
why did he strike that note?
I think we address it somewhere else.
It should be, just provides information for the...
Well, it's the
Yeah.
whole,
It's a little synopsis of state law. that's all.
maybe it's not, well, what exactly does it say? Show me measurement. Yeah, it just tells you why you have to have a stormwater management plan. It just tells you what the stormwater management plan law is. They don't need that.
I mean, in the state.
I mean, because we've talked about the square feet and all that jazz before, but this, yeah, we don't need this in here. It doesn't do us any good. It doesn't do anybody any good. That's probably why you deleted it. All right, so we're putting that to bed. Good. New business. Artie! What's up?
Let me go around and sit on the other side.
I was gonna, ooh, look at this. You gonna do the presenting, or is Kenny gonna help you?
That's Ken's copy, so.
What, I don't get a copy of what's going on here.
What's the deal around here about teeth?
Something about teeth.
The town of Acton all of a sudden,
Yeah. Well, she's had this idea for,
You-
since way back.
I heard this about 2 weeks ago. and She went from nothing to all of a sudden there's now,
She's, there's an independent dental hygienist in Limerick. I don't know if you've been through Limerick. The ones, it's the east side. There's a place called Village Smiles. And she's an independent dental hygienist. She says she's got 400 patients. It's nice being in an in-town location, this place. There's a real need in the part of Maine that they consider underserved.
Rural, Maine?
Yeah. Yeah. So, what we're talking about is taking the Apple Stand building and putting a petition through it so that we can continue to use the cold storage. And she can have a dental hygiene clinic on the other side. So this is the current floor plan, leaving off, this is a 12 by 16 cold storage here, and this goes into a kind of a storage work area back here. So this is just showing the part that would be the dental hygiene clinic, and the petition would go across that corner.
Should you make any more copies for us?
That's Kenny's job. So then this is what it would look like.
So you won't have the Apple Stand anymore?
Well, then, this part of it, we're also applying for a building permit, so that I can put a small building over where we do the pick your own apples.
Oh,
So we can put a stand-up refrigerator, for instance, in there, so we can, people can still come and get apples and cranberries and squash, cranberries, especially cranberries. Ruth came and got some in North Berwick. But if the way it have been set up, I had to have somebody here and somebody over to pick their own. This way, I can have just one person, and there's tasks out in the orchard that can be done in between waiting on customers, and people will still be able to get cider and apples and cranberries.
all right, now, you said where's the cold storage right now? Back off over here?
Yeah, see where the bath is?
Yeah, is that where,
That petition, this petition.
this is where the glass doors are, right? The fridge, the
The
big,
glass doors are right about here.
yeah, okay. And that's gonna stay, and she's just using the front area right now where you,
No, there's a, you go in the door, that door is going to get moved to the left a little bit.
all right.
And there'll be a petition that comes from that wall with the two glass doors
Yeah,
right across to the front.
okay.
And then there'll be another door on the other side that we can use to access the cold storage without going in and out
Into
of
the, gotcha.
the clinic there.
Wow. Just one chair, huh?
One chair is all she's interested in.
A waiting room?
There's a waiting
Yeah,
room in there.
that's right.
We can get some copies of that.
I'm sorry.
The bowls of apples and stuff.
Yeah, Nature's toothbrush.
Nature's what?
Nature's toothbrush.
Please eat an apple before you see the arches.
It's a natural breath freshener.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And cleanser. Ah, you're a genius.
I don't think so.
I'll tell my wife you said that.
All right, now what does this fall under?
Change.
No, it's in the commercial A zone.
And did you get a conditional use permit for that place, or was that all done,
It's a conditional use
one of those
permit.
midnight move things?
You're seeing us just because it's an expansion or...
It's a change of use.
Change of use, yeah.
There'll be some modification of the floor plan.
What's the change of use require? Free teeth exams for life, I would think, for one.
Doing x-rays and all that kind of stuff?
She's not an issue.
I don't know.
She's working on, there's a free clinic,
It's gotta be
Bar
a
mill.
conditional use.
letter mill. She goes up there every Tuesday, except for the first Tuesday. So she's doing clinic work.
Is that what we want?
She gonna be doing dentures too, because that's what I'm looking for.
She'll make it so you don't need them.
That's what that's what they all say. I want the teeth in a glass looking at me in the morning when I wake up. What's
You may have your wish soon.
What do you think? What, you've been inside my mouth?
Part of being a certain age, isn't it?
Yeah. So what do you find?
Age
Standards applicable?
6 is 3 to 8.
It's not.
This was 3-2.
Increase area. Oh, okay, existing conditional use of structure.
Then what it
May not be
is,
changed.
an increase in area of 25% or more.
There's no increase in area.
Oh,
Yeah, but there's new materials or processes not previously associated. It's a whole new ball of wax. No changes should be made in improvement as you want to.
that's
Well,
that's what's
I
really.
just wondered if it's, we gotta get Junior here to find out what hoops he wants you to jump through here.
That last sentence, wouldn't that give us leeway to just approve the change without,
Well, we ought to do at least the same thing that we did for the last one. So if you could scare up that file sometime, and we'll just do what we did for that, because that was the,
oh,
you know, the one,
Is it 8?
you were here, weren't you? No, not Aiken. The other dental hygienist down at the old,
Okay, acting,
you might not have been here.
Ms. Michelson?
came in on the end of it,
Oh.
but I can find it.
Find that file and we'll just do the same stuff, because that used to be a store and then it turned into this kind of a deal. This used to be a store and it's gonna turn into, so,
Her name, if it helps us, Bonnie.
Bonnie Pike.
oh, good. Shut, what is that?
I was trying to help her out.
Yeah, oh, you were.
I was just giving her suggestions she talked about the towels, and see if she could stress it just to put the acne shampoo over this.
Now, is she open yet?
Yeah.
Oh, she is? No kidding. Huh. Yeah, so my guess would be whatever we did for that, we do for this too. And seeing as that was a few months ago, I have no idea what we did, so.
Well, we had a hearing.
No, I thought we did that.
Yeah.
Did we do a sidewalk? No. Has anyone not been in Art's store? Well, I'll show you, friends are. Everybody's been there, so we all know what it's like, no problem.
The new building, we wouldn't have to do anything to the building, right?
Well, he's not doing that, he's just changing the interior of this one. The new one is down the road yet,
Oh, right.
up at the Pick Your
I
Own.
think is it in the file?
Want me to go
Which?
find Bonnie Pike for that? Or do you want it for next meeting?
Well, for next meeting.
I think we read through the standards applicable to conditional uses anyway, with the change of use. We just kind of read those
Oops,
things through.
I'm sure we did. Thanks.
So what kind of time frame are you talking about?
Yeah, how much of a hurry is she in?
Well, reasonable, which is.
Well, if we, Well, have you turned in an application? Have you paid your money yet?
I haven't paid anything.
Well,
I sat down with him
Can't help you. What did he tell you?
Wednesday, he said we'll get you on the agenda for tonight.
The applications.
Yeah, all right. Well, if that's, you got a list of butters and all that?
Very good.
Well, I suppose we could set a public hearing date if you wanted to.
Is that putting the cart ahead of the horse, or should we find out what we did for?
Well, we didn't do anything out of the ordinary for her. I mean, we had the discussion, she explained what she was gonna do. I think we scheduled a public hearing, we had that. She explained what she was gonna do again. People from the public, spoke for it, the couple of people that did. And then we made our decision.
It's just that once the application, you know that everything that's required of the application, and Ken's done that, then you consider if the standards listed here can be complied with, and then you hold a public meeting.
Is there anything in page, is it 84?
85.
85? Anything on page 85 that this cannot comply with? The use will not have an adverse impact on spawning grounds, fish, blah, 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 probably not applicable. B, the use will conserve shore cover, not applicable. C, the use is consistent with the comprehensive plan, while it fosters small business, that's what we used last time, that's fine. D, traffic access to the site, aha! Now, we get into the nitty-gritty. You already have that one curb cut, that's all DOT approved, correct? How much traffic does she think there may be in and out? And
I think you're talking probably 1 hour, maybe, at the most.
how long is she gonna be open, during the week? Every day, one day?
She's thinking she'd be open, I'm thinking 5 days.
Really? Slave driver, right?
But there'd be less cars going in 1 per hour than there would be perhaps on busy days, in the apple season.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's a month, 2 months maybe. This is all year. This is thousands of cars. Thousands.
Hopefully.
The entrance is all, that's all a gravel road, is that gonna be upgraded at all?
Not in the plan.
I don't know. Wants to talk to Junior, and why isn't he with us tonight? Well, all right, I'm sure we could figure something out with traffic access. E, site designs that conform to the Lyme municipal flood hazard protection regulations. Floods down there? No? All right. E, wait, F.
What's that for?
Adequate provisions over there. Adequate provision for the disposal of all waste. Now, you already have a toilet, correct?
Yep.
What other kind of waste is there gonna be? Spit? Goes down a drain? Any kind of blood? Ooh. It has its own, you have a septic system there, I take it, huh? Huh. And what's the septic, what was it designed for? What was its, have you got the plan?
Yeah.
Will it handle the extra? And my guess is there's gonna be a fair amount more water now than there was the couple of months it was open and flushing the toilet twice a
The
day.
design, says design flow 110 gallons a day based on 2 to 4 employees. With a kitchen, which we don't have.
This was your initial design?
This is it, yeah.
Okay, all right. 2 to 4 employees. But as what though? It was, designed for a, some kind of a store, right? Because I wonder if 2 to 4 employees in a dental office cleaning teeth and using a lot of water, what if that would require more water in a design? I don't
It's a
know.
low, they don't do it the way they used to do it.
I don't know. All right.
Yeah. So we found with the other one, I think she said it didn't take as much water as we thought.
Well, certainly not as much as that store took, because they were running through a lot of crap there. His septic should be a problem with this new use?
I believe so. We'll take a look at the calculations for the new use and look at the gallons per day. I think originally, it
I
was
think you said 150.
110.
Oh, 110?
Yeah, I thought it was at least around 150, but
His entrance on and his gravel driveway won't be an issue? All right. We can leave that the way it is?
DOT is not going to look at it as a new use because there's an existing use there.
And
The
the-
planning board could add conditions of doing something to the apron if they wanted to, but depends on the amount of use going in there.
Right, right.
I mean,
Well,
I'm sure the applicant hopes it's a high use long term, but realistically, it's probably a car.
Well, he was thinking like maybe, at best, maybe, 1 car an hour or
Yeah.
something like that.
Cleaning takes 30 to 45 minutes, so,
And the sight lines are good, right?
yeah.
I mean, initially it got the approval from, must have.
Yeah, so I think it's 600 both ways.
Oh, really? Oh, good, all right, okay. So then, all right, so the wastewater won't be an issue. What kind of solid waste is going to be generated? Any idea? A lot of tissue, a lot of,
Teeth.
No, she's not doing any, there won't be any,
no extractions?
No surgeries.
no drilling and filling or anything like that.
Just cleanings, same as the last
Just
one.
clean.
Right, yeah. And this stuff just goes to the dump then, huh? The garbage?
Down the drain into the septic.
No, garbage, any kind of solid waste.
I don't,
You weren't envisioning anybody picking
you
up?
know, usually you get, when you go, there's like a bib that they put on you, that gets disposed.
Yeah, but you'll be having a dumpster on site, or you'll be taking it yourself,
Taking it.
or somebody picking it up?
That's what I was wondering about, yeah. All right. G, adequate provision for the transportation, storage, disposal of any, well, there's not gonna be any hazardous materials. Unless there's a lot of blood.
X-rays, right?
Not doing any x-rays to start off. It'll be down the road at some point, you might want to do that.
Well, then you probably have to come back to us then.
That's all digital.
That's what
That's what she was saying.
Really?
Last time.
Yeah. That's all
You're
digital.
saying there wasn't much that they had to store because they don't have the x-rays anymore, they just put it up as a screen, watch it.
Why aren't you doing this? Because I told you I don't remember any of it. You ought to be at the show here.
I couldn't run it like you.
No, I'm just saying, I don't remember what we told the last lady to do. All right, so there won't be any hazardous waste right now. Stormwater, you had to fill out some kind of a stormwater management plan or some kind of something when you first designed the place, right? Nothing is going to change on site?
No expansion of the building or the parking area.
Yeah, so all that's staying the same, and if it stays gravel, then we don't have to worry about the imperviousness of it. All right,
Signs, you know that,
did we get there? Wait, we didn't get the signs yet, did we? Soil erosion and sedimentation, that's all part of it. Adequate water supply, what's the well like?
10 to 15 gallons a minute.
Cool.
That's a pretty good one.
All right. Provision of buffer strips on site landscape to provide adequate protection. You're gonna keep the landscape like it is, or you let some of those beech trees grow up?
Want me to let them grow up?
I don't know.
I use that well to sprinkle
It
the.
looks like a bomb hit that site. It always looks like a bomb hit that site. Jeez.
Yeah, we gotta work on the roads.
All right, so that's gonna be in the plan, we'll wait to see that. Performance standards, blah, blah, blah. Anything archaeological or historic, used to be part of the Acton fairground, wasn't it?
No, it's
Racetrack?
over and back.
Oh, behind it, where your house is at?
Behind the
Yeah,
house.
yeah. Nothing was in front there? I thought, I thought
Not that
it was always just a kind of a little bowl there, huh?
yeah.
Oh, all right, so, no, for no. All right, fine. Remember
Ethel
that?
Williams?
Pardon me?
Remember Ethel Williams?
Yes.
Ethel remembered as a girl, some old man with a white beard and a team of horses mowing that wall. They used to be all.
Oh. Huh. All right, so, we went through that, shouldn't be a problem. Let's set up a public hearing date then. How about will the 17th give us enough time to notify butters and put something in the paper? Should, huh? You should probably get the ball rolling next week. So we can do that? Let's shoot for the 17th of January, all right? Any issues that you know about with this,
I don't
that
think
would hold
so.
things up?
Are we looking at both projects or just one?
No, so far we've just talked about the.
Just the one?
The demo, you're talking about the,
Relocation of
at
it?
the picture on, yeah, no, he hasn't gotten into that one yet.
Should we do that on the same?
You can. I mean, a lot of the abutters are probably the same abutters too. Yeah, we can do it in two separate ones and send the abutters list out twice.
Well, we don't have any did we get an application for that? Is it in
I don't
the,
know what he,
for both?
Yeah.
Oh,
Second sheet. This one. Set B.
oh.
There's a sketch there. It's got both of them located on it.
They're all on the same parcel of land? The map says it is.
Yeah.
That was never
the
broken
same-
off?
The same, yeah. It was, if you go back, it's on the same deed now.
Yeah. Well, if we've got both, and we've got both applications, I suppose we could have, I don't see why we couldn't.
Yeah, there'd be two conditional use permits for the same parcel.
And that, we can do that?
You can break the hearing into two hearings if you needed to or wanted to.
But we can have two conditional use permits for the same parcel of land for two different things? Fine. Is there gonna be water at the second,
No, it's just gonna be a shed type building.
with electricity?
Some electricity.
Shed type building, and that's the 12 by 20?
It's 20 by 20, but 12 by 20 closed in with an 8-foot overhang.
Farmer's porch type.
Yeah, nice touch. Yeah, let's do that, let's do for both of them. And when you print it up, make the notification that there's two different, one's a dental hygienist things, one's a, what do you call it?
Relocation of the existing.
Relocation. Good one.
Where the new one's going, is there anything there now?
And it's
Is
gonna
there
be
somebody there working it?
Well, we've typically had somebody, on the weekends notably, there's been somebody at the stand and somebody at the pick your own. And I'd like to, at the pick your own, and during the weeks, there's often just a box of money in their bags and stuff, and people come and go, they pick apples.
Right.
I come home and there's some money in the box and I'm happy.
Oh, there's one.
So I think it would be nice if we could have some apples and cider available during the week as well, and perhaps give somebody some employment at the same time.
But you don't need access to a bathroom, water?
There's bathroom at the farmhouse
Who?
where the pickers stay, there's bath facilities, washing facilities there.
Page 12.
Rural uses, commercial
we may put a porta
You see
potty
the
out there
neighbors,
for
neighbors.
customers.
Will it be where the box, money box is? Is that where the?
Right about that area.
Maybe he's in village's condition.
Yeah, but that part of the property is in the village zone.
It is.
It is?
Okay.
Oh, all right.
You just missed not needing a,
Not needing conditional use.
It's kind of fuzzy too, because he already has the conditional use. He's
Right.
just relocating the structure. So it'd be similar to if he was just adding another building, but it's just cleaner and easier to go through the process.
Well, if he's just, he's taking that conditional use for this place and moving it up there. So
Into
he's
a new
really
building.
getting a new conditional use, not a change in condition for this site, for the existing site.
Yeah, you can look at.
We're dealing with it as a change of use,
Yeah,
like,
down
what do
there.
you call it, store?
Yeah,
But,
the last dental.
but no, it's a new conditional use.
Yeah,
For
just relocation of
An
the
old
existing.
building. All right, so that's what it'll be. One's a new conditional use, and one's a relocation of a conditional use for two public hearings. Yes, the bathroom, what's to deal with water? What's going to be required? Ken, any idea?
As soon as you label it agricultural tourism, there's a bunch of exceptions and things like that. He's talked about porta potties during the high times and stuff like that.
Oh, you were thinking for the person working there though, right? No.
I was, but he said he took care of that though, because he has the farm area over there in the back where the person has been there now, right? Is that true? And they have bathrooms.
So the water, the house has toilets and running water and single-use towels, soap.
Right,
that kind of stuff.
that's good enough though for the location of where the selling's gonna be? There's not an issue with distance?
For the employee, you mean?
Yeah. I don't know, I'm just,
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many oddball rules out there,
Yeah,
you know. Sure, I got a toilet, but you know, it's 2 miles away.
In terms of field workers, it has to be within a quarter mile.
But this isn't a field worker, this is a,
Right.
well, maybe you might wanna find out about what somebody find out what the story would be. You know, I've got no problem with using the farmhouse, just as long as everything's copacetic.
what's the distance between the farmhouse and this?
Oh, it's
100 yards.
maybe a couple hundred feet.
Yeah, it's
About 100 yards.
What do I have
so-
on the?
So we just,
You've got 567 feet to the road, and the farmhouse is maybe closer to the road than to this, so it's a couple of hundred
Maybe
feet.
300.
Yeah, it might be closer to 300 feet, maybe. Maybe, yeah, there you go.
so, that's gonna be a new sales room,
Yes,
or a sales room on site, more or less?
yeah. It's more of a place to keep things out of the weather,
Yeah.
at the same time offers.
It really is just kind of moving this, what you've got in here to there, except maybe not to the,
Half of it.
to the great extent that you have it here, that's all. All right. Anything else come to mind, anybody?
Can we discuss signs anymore, or is that all?
Oh, you're right, signs. I thought that was addressed in this, apparently not. What's gonna be the story on signage?
That I'm not sure about.
We'll have to know. We have a new ordinance on that, you know.
A flashing tooth.
That would be so cool. Even just a glowing tooth would be
They'll glow in the dark.
cool. Ooh, nice. Or a mouth with a missing tooth.
That's the first time.
Yeah, I like that.
First time.
Talking mouth.
Yeah, get those little choppers that go like this. So did that answer your question? On the signage?
We'll work on the signs for you, don't worry.
So we're all set with this then. Any other questions or things that are, all right, so that was the 17th. We'll do that first, 7 o'clock. we've got the abutters list, and if it's on the same piece of property, then it's gotta be the same list. That's yours, Bubba. Ooh, this might be yours. No, yeah, that is yours. What's next?
Go home.
Christmas. Ooh, end of the world, no! All right, so do we want to be here on the 3rd of January? Is there anything we really need to be doing?
Can we maybe hopefully take a final vote? We're gonna look at the,
Fine, we'll be here on the 3rd then. You'll have this cleaned up for us. We'll take a look-see. And then if you want, we could figure out maybe when we might want to have a public hearing, for the initial public hearing. Keeping in mind that we still need one like 30 days before town meeting within that a much closer time frame.
Why two? Why are we talking?
Well, legally, the only legal one we have to have is right before you're going to vote on it, within 30 days, whatever it is. We've historically included public hearings before we've taken the final vote on any new ordinance, in case somebody has a better idea or a different look at it or some issues with it. It gives the town a chance to get some kind of input into something before it's, here, this is what you're gonna do, all right?
could we get Brenda's help in asking Jen for a timeline on that business, backing up from town meeting?
Sure.
That's when that stuff has to happen.
That'll be, that's, not to,
They get a little artsy.
oh, I know they do, that's,
The printing of draft warrants.
But we can have an initial one now, just to get, let the town know what's up and get the feeling, and then see how that goes. If it looks good and we're happy, then we vote on it, and then down the road, we have another official public hearing to let them know that we're making a zoning change.
This might be good to do a little PR work on behalf of this work with some lake association people like Jeff Kelly and Mr. Emery.
Hopefully, that, when we have our initial public hearing, that's another part of having a public hearing, extra ones, is PR, because usually when you're doing zoning stuff, somebody gets hacked off one way or another, and, the more input people get, sometimes the better it is.
When we did that last one, there were a couple of guys who had quite a bit to say and sounded great listening to it at that point, me not having any clue what was going on.
Right.
It was just when I started, but I was pretty impressed with they had taken the time to look so
Oh yeah,
hard.
there are some people that read these things.
Can
No
you-
offense.
Could we share a copy of this with Linda Shire prior to that January 3rd meeting or something?
Can you fire one off there?
You need a cleaned up copy, right?
Yes.
Didn't Mr. Lockman really encourage getting the league associations?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah. They're the ones that are gonna be, paying attention more or less. Knocking out their neighbors. It's the only way you find that stuff. Is anyone else in anything?
When you start talking about the associations like that, though, I mean, I don't know how the percentages are, but it's gotta be the majority of the people don't live here in Acton, they're just using this vacation, so they have no, nothing to say. They
Well-
can't say anything, I guess is a better thing.
That's another thing. Public hearing, anybody can talk.
Anybody.
Yes. Town meeting, you have to,
Be blessed.
if you don't live in town, but I think we let summer people talk anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes they sneak in.
You
I
have to
don't know.
grant permission for
Well, okay.
non-residents.
Anyway, a public hearing, anybody can talk. People from Sanford come in here and talk. So,
They'll be able to watch it online after the meeting too.
oh yeah. That'll be fun. All right then. Good night, Cable Land. End of the world. Merry Christmas, everybody.